Imagine driving down a dark road late at night. The only thing guiding you is the glow of the full moon. Ahead, a silhouette rises against the sky. A huge, dilapidated Victorian house. Dead trees surround it like skeletal fingers, and an old, rusty gate creaks open as your car pulls up. This is where our story begins. Inside the car are Lucy and Mark. Lucy, always brave and curious, is behind the wheel. She's the one who found the online listing. Historic, it said. Her boyfriend, Mark, is less enthusiastic. He looks at the decaying mansion and shudders. Historic? It looks like it's been abandoned for a century, he says. But Lucy just smiles, her eyes wide with excitement. Exactly, she whispers. Imagine the stories this place could tell. Mark shifts in his seat, a nervous feeling creeping up his spine. Yeah, imagine. The heavy front door groans open, protesting after years of silence. A cloud of dust dances in the beam of Lucy's flashlight. The air is thick with the smell of decay and damp wood. Every step they take makes the floorboards cry out in protest. But Lucy is in heaven. It's perfect, she says, her light tracing the intricate woodwork and peeling wallpaper. Look at these details. Mark, however, isn't admiring the architecture. He's listening. You hear that? He asks. Lucy freezes. For a moment, there's only silence. And then it comes from upstairs. A faint, rhythmic scratching sound, like tiny claws scraping against wood, just beneath the floor. Probably just rats, Lucy says, trying to convince herself as much as him. The sound stops abruptly. They look at each other, the same unspoken fear in their eyes. Ignoring the warning signs, they venture upstairs. The hallway is a corridor of shadows. Doors hang crooked on their hinges, and wallpaper peels away like sunburned skin. In a dark corner, Lucy's flashlight catches something odd, a section of floorboards that seems slightly raised, out of place. Look at this, she points. Mark kneels down, and as he pries the boards loose, a puff of ancient dust explodes into the air. What they find underneath makes the blood run cold in their veins. Bones. Charred, broken human bones, carefully arranged in a perfect circle. Holy, Lucy, what the hell is this? Mark gasps, stumbling backward. Lucy's face is pale as a ghost. She leans closer, her voice a horrified whisper. It's a ritual. Someone buried them here on purpose. As if on cue, a sudden icy gust of wind slams the door shut behind them, plunging them into near darkness. Their flashlights flicker wildly. We need to leave. Now? Mark says, his voice shaking. But Lucy is frozen, mesmerized by the gruesome discovery. Faint, whispering voices seem to seep from the walls, swirling around them. You shouldn't have come, they hiss. That's enough for Mark. He grabs Lucy's arm. I said leave. They scramble to the door, but it's locked solid. Panic sets in as they hear footsteps, both above and below them, pacing in a steady, unnatural rhythm. It's then that Lucy notices the walls. Scrawled in what looks like dried blood are strange, unsettling symbols. This was a summoning, she breathes. Or a curse. The floorboards beneath them begin to creak and groan violently. In the flickering light, a shape starts to form in the shadows. A ghostly figure of a woman in tattered Victorian clothes, her eyes hollow, black pits of despair. Lucy, she's real, Mark cries, his voice cracking with terror. Lucy, though terrified, feels a strange resolve. We have to undo it, she whispers. The ritual, maybe that's what's trapping them here. In a blinding flash, a vision floods her mind. She sees hooded figures chanting around the circle of bones, their faces hidden in shadow. Candlelight flickers, screams echo, and the entire house shakes as if it's being torn apart. The vision vanishes as quickly as it came, snapping her back to the present. Looking at the bloody symbols on the wall, Lucy realizes they form a pattern. She begins to trace one of the symbols with her finger. The ghostly woman hisses and recoils, as if struck by an invisible force. I can reverse it. Maybe, Lucy mutters to herself. Mark can only watch in terror as the floor cracks and the ceiling begins to crumble. Just as the ghost lunges toward them, a blur of rage and sorrow, Lucy completes the final symbol on the wall. A deafening explosion of wind erupts from the circle of bones, throwing them off their feet. And then, silence. The heavy foyer door flies open. Lucy and Mark, bruised and trembling, stumble out into the cool night air. They turn to look back at the house. It's just a house. It looks ordinary, quiet, almost peaceful. Inside, the bones are gone. The symbols have vanished. It's as if nothing ever happened. Did that just happen? Mark asks, his voice barely a whisper. Lucy shivers, pulling her jacket tighter, but a weak smile touches her lips. I guess some secrets? Just want to be buried. But as they look up, a dark shadow flickers in the top window. A faint, chilling whisper rides the wind, a promise carried from the other side. We will return. Without another word, Mark grabs Lucy's hand and they sprint to the car. Tires screech as they speed away, leaving the old Victorian house behind. The wind rustles through the dead trees, and the house stands silent under the moon. But then, slowly, one of the upstairs windows creaks open, watching them go. What other secrets are hiding in the dark? We'll be exploring more chilling tales just like this one. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. Thanks for watching.